The cold truth is that incompetent men are useless, and that's why they feel bad about themselves. You should actually start developing your skills with the intention of being needed by other people. I am confident. I am destined for greatness. I am productive. Notice how much people overcomplicate this whole thing, feeling good about themselves. You might be one of those people. Meditations, affirmations, positive thinking, things like that. So many different things. I mean, affirmations, self-hypnosis are cool, but there's something missing. I'm gonna be honest. People still struggle with feeling adequate and feeling good about themselves. So it's clearly not working. All those things feel so passive. What you need is action, brutal competence. You might be wondering how competence plays into feeling good about oneself. But let me explain. A lot of modern issues stem from how unnatural our lifestyles have become. So let's look at it evolutionarily. A creature does good when it's in its natural habitat, doing its lifestyle that it evolved millions of years into doing. It was designed for it. This is when the animal is healthy. This is when any creature is healthy. When it's doing what it was designed to. It had years to prepare for this lifestyle that it's leading. So of course everything is optimized. And put animals out of their natural habitat and see what happens. Let's say pandas, for example. In zoos, there's this whole thing about pandas not wanting to reproduce. So there's something clearly wrong, right? When you put pandas outside of the forests. And when they are in the bamboo forest, they do just fine. They don't have any issues. It's only when you put them outside of the lifestyle they were designed for. That's when problems arise. It's a similar issue with humans. When you put a human outside of the lifestyle the human was designed for. The natural lifestyle of men is to be the provider and protector, right? Men are designed to be needed, to have a purpose. Let's say caveman felt needed when he went for a hunt. His tribe, his clan, his family needs him to get that one boar, right? To chase it down, to hunt it down, bring it. Everybody's happy. He feels happy because he succeeded in his goal. He provided resources. He is being needed. For women, it will be something similar. Maybe raising children. Again, I can only speak for men because I've never experienced the world from a female point of view. So being important is what solves the feeling of inadequacy, of feeling bad about yourself. When you're important, you're needed. When I started self-improvement, I actually started to improve my skills, my importance. When I got on the right path, I was in high school. I was learning IT. I was one of the people who understood IT the most because it was always my hobby. I would naturally learn IT from YouTube videos because my hobby was to make games. And on self-improvement, I even had the ambition of selling them online. Since I was the guy who knew how to solve all the problems, all the exercises, all the tests, people asked me to do their homeworks for them, to explain this, to explain that. And so I did. And that is the first time in my life that I felt respect. And that is the first time in my life that I felt needed, when I felt important. Because people respected me because I could help them when they needed me. Compare this to your own life. You need a skill that you are good at and you can provide this skill to other people. Or maybe a good that you produce if you're business oriented. Something like that. People will respect you when they need you for your skills. Because it would naturally be stupid to disrespect someone who you need. Because then the person who's being disrespectful is, kind of fucked. Because he's no longer getting the help that he needs. As a man, you need to earn importance. The cold truth is that incompetent men are useless, and that's why they feel bad about themselves. I don't make the rules. The rules are set. I'm just teaching you how to play the game. So instead of doing these passive things like affirmations, meditations, positive thinking that help nobody, you should actually start developing your skills with the intention of being needed by other people. Instead of doing these passive things, just shut up and work. And by work, I mean do the thing that you were supposed to be doing instead of procrastinating. Some people have a tendency to do something else, to do other less productive things, instead of doing the main thing they're supposed to be focused on. For example, I'm supposed to study for a test, and instead you go to the gym. So you can still feel good about yourself because you did something productive, but this is not something you should be focusing on. And you're trying to lie to yourself essentially when doing that. And these affirmations are also a little bit of a lie to yourself if you're not doing the work, because you can only bullshit yourself so much. before you actually start seeing the reality. Trust me on that. Doing the most productive thing you can do at this very moment will make you feel absolutely great. Instead of delaying the main task you're supposed to be working on and focusing on it and not doing some other also productive things is how you get the most benefit and how you feel most proud of your work. This is something that has the most return of investment value out of the things you can do. And then on top of that, you can add these affirmations, meditations, positive thinking. It's all nice, but you just need the fundamentals. You need to be needed by other people. Every single man has to be needed by other people in order for him to succeed, to be respected, to feel good about themselves. So whatever your life path is, whatever you're actually learning in school or working on in real life, or if you're studying something, commit to that thing. If you believe that this thing is going to make you needed in the future, be it as a worker, or you can work on something completely different, create something else, an enterprise, a business, something else that other people will need. If you sell high quality shoes in a place where people need shoes, you will be respected, you will be needed. If you tell advice to people who need it, then you will be respected and you will be needed, you will be rewarded and you will feel good about yourself, right? If somebody's bored and they need entertainment, if you provide that entertainment, then you're gonna be needed and respected, unless you do stupid shit, unless you're known as a retard. That just kind of counters it, right? But you get my point. And these people fill that niche, therefore they are successful. Honestly, you can imagine if you were successful, you'd feel much better about yourself, on top of being needed and respected naturally, because everybody likes respect. This has been Costler's Ethics. Subscribe to the channel for more motivational advice.